Max here with your quick tips in under 5 minutes, and this week's feature is Malphite. I use a very standard rune page for all my tank supports, and it's magic resist, glyphs, health quints, armor seals, and attack damage marks. And you can always change out the glyphs for scaling magic resist if you're going against an AD support. Runes are 0, 12, 18, and let's be honest, there's not much of an early game for Malphite. You're picking him for his ult in team fights, but if there are some early all-in fights, Malphite does do some pretty decent damage. Just make sure you're always auto-attacking and proccing his W. And you can start Q for some poke, but I wouldn't recommend doing it too much because it's very mana hungry. I prefer Relic Shield, but you can get away with coin if you're wanting the mana regen and spamming a little bit more of your Qs early on. Just make sure you're playing aggressive early on and setting the tone for your lane. You don't want to get bullied out of lane extremely early. It might happen a little bit later on, which is okay, but if it happens early on, you'll just miss too much CS and fall really far back behind. If you can make it through all that and hit level 6, you get your ultimate, which is pretty devastating, and it can set up a gank for your jungler coming in, or just make sure your AD carry is on the same page as you, because you don't want to ult and he's 2 steps back not getting any auto attacks in. So just always give him a heads up if you're trying to find an opening. And obviously it's always best if you can get both the AD carry and support in the ultimate, but sometimes situation dictates that you can only ult one. So just make sure you're picking the most threatening person, or maybe the one you can kill the fastest. And once you hit 6, this gives you the ability to roam as well. So don't be afraid to roam mid if your ult's up. Once team fights roll around, if there's another hard engage, that would be amazing, but if it's just you, it's up to you to set up the team fights. So just look for that opening where you can get the most carries in an ultimate. If you do have another hard CC teammate, then just make sure you're stacking your crowd control, or just saving it for a different moment, maybe using it defensively, which can often help your carry finish off the enemy. Malphite can be pretty rewarding if you make it to team fights. Honestly, I don't recommend playing them. There's just so many other supports that can offer more early game and still have good fighting potential in team fights. But if you're playing like ranked 5s with your friends, then it's definitely something that would bring some hard CC to your team comp. I really like going Sunfire Cape and Thornmail if their team comp, if it makes sense to use against their team comp, just for that little extra damage that he doesn't offer otherwise with his skills. But Malphite's mechanical difficulty is extremely low, and it's just all about landing those ultimates in team fights. And I really appreciate you guys watching, and next week is Malzahar. I hope it's a little bit more exciting for you. See you guys next week.